Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. We are just taking a quick look at Bitcoin here, and as we can see, the chart looking very interesting right now. I haven't actually looked at Bitcoin for a while because it hasn't really been doing that much, but we can see here something very interesting happening on the charts. If we just take a quick look at the macro of what's going on here, obviously I was talking about these big bullish and bearish divergences that we have seen here that have pretty much played out perfectly, haven't they, in the end. You can see ever since we came down here, this was our biggest push to the downside really, all the way back here. Since then we've had a bullish divergence pretty much. This final plunge to the downside here with the FTX collapse, essentially trying to push the price down further and further. You can see, you know, basically we're making lower lows and lower highs for a good while, haven't we? You can see lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And you can see here now we've actually come up and we've made a higher high, haven't we? And also, probably more interestingly, we've broken out of this bear market resistance for Bitcoin, which is a massive deal, isn't it? Because obviously Bitcoin's been under the cosh for a good while, and you can see what's kind of happened here actually. If you look at this specifically at this line, you can see we've actually come up, we've broken through it, we've back tested this area, and we've got another push to the upside here, and now we've reached the top of this previous range. You can see here this previous level of resistance coming into play here. Now we could be running out of steam for this current push, couldn't we? When you consider, you know, this could be just a bearish divergence like this, which would make a lot of sense. But in my opinion, you know, it seems pretty likely that, considering that we've hit this resistance, we could have a little bit of a pullback. But considering, you know, just how bullish we have been, we're making potentially here, you know, at least breaking out of the bear market resistance, going sideways for a little bit. You can see we've been riding these EMAs as well on the daily time frame, heading to the upside. Everyone was saying, you know, oh, we've got that weekly death cross incoming, or whatever it was on the 200 EMA and stuff. And we could see here that the prices do basically the exact opposite of what everyone was expecting. The first weekly death cross ever on the Bitcoin chart on the weekly time frame or something, and it needed a week basically to close like that. And you can see here basically a massive amount of buying has occurred yesterday. There was the CPI, wasn't there, I believe, for America, and actually, considering that things didn't even sound that good, Bitcoin rallied anyway. And we can see now, basically from a technical point of view here, we're currently hitting this resistance, aren't we, at the top of the range, and we are running out of steam on the RSI. So I would predict most likely that we'll probably see a bit of a retracement here, maybe chop sideways like this for a bit. But you know, anything could happen, and considering that we are looking as though we have broken out of this big bear market resistance for Bitcoin finally, which I didn't actually notice in this area here. We've actually looked like we've broken out and back tested and got a bounce, which is very interesting, isn't it? So I'm going to throw the Fibonacci onto this chart from that bull market high just there down to this current low of the bear market, just like that. And we can take a quick look at some of these Fibonacci levels as well. They're not lining up super well, but you can pretty much see we've got the breakout and kind of a back test of that 0.23 there, and now looking like we could be running up to our next target, which would be that 0.38, up at around, what is that, 27.4k. If we did clear this resistance here, I do think we'd probably run up to this area pretty sharpish. You can see this is the next area that would be targeted if that was the case. But right now, you know, Bitcoin looking like it's showing some signs of a potential bull market, or at least bullish behavior in this market, because obviously we've had these lower lows and lower highs for such a long time. But we've come up here, we made a high, and this could be a higher low. If we make another high looking something like this and continue to backtest and make our way up, it could be very interesting to see what will happen in the future, couldn't it? So I'll keep things short and sweet, but basically right now we are hitting a resistance with potential bearish divergences. So most likely the scenario, in my opinion, would be that we'd get, you know, a rejection here and probably a retracement maybe down like this. If that was the case, obviously we'd probably have ourselves a rejection and a retracement down to that 0.23 level of the Fibonacci, and maybe, you know, have a bit of a range put in like this. But if we do see ourselves breaking out of this key level, I would be targeting that 0.38 as the next level, because, you know, that's the next place that we need to hit after clearing this resistance. So that is it for today, guys. Things looking quite bullish, to be honest, aren't they? which is amazing to say after all this time. And please like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.